Hi, and we are live. So welcome and welcome back po sa ating mga viewers for today's Q&A session. This is also actually the last Q&A natin for this festival. So a quick overview lang po no about sa Q&A natin for today. So today's session is a really good one for filmmakers rin because you will know about what you need to know about online distribution because seeking out distribution can be a very hard task for independent filmmakers. And before kasi the only real path to distribution was to find a sales agent or a distribution company that could get your film out there. But the good news is that now there are more online distribution platforms than ever, and many of them can be quite lucrative if approached properly. So now let's welcome the Viddsee Community Manager for Philippines, Eugene Yanoria.
Hi, Sakura. Good afternoon.
Hi sir, good day.
Hello,
So
hello.
so before po ako mag-ask ng questions about Viddsee and online distribution, could you tell us po about what you do po sa Viddsee po?
I'm the community manager, and basically what I do is I deal with the local filmmakers in the Philippines, and most of our community here are school-based. They're either film students or they're communication students with thesis film as their final requirement for their subjects. And of course, we have also some professional and established filmmakers in the platform already. Yung mga siguro sabihin na natin na they're taking a breather from commercial projects and full-length projects and go back to their roots and doing short films. So yeah, it's a very diverse community of filmmakers.
So could you tell us po about what is Viddsee and how does it work po?
Yeah. So Viddsee has been around for a couple of years now. It's a free streaming platform for short films. So tamang-tama, some of your content are, short films, and we are in across Southeast Asia. Our headquarters is in Singapore, and we also operate in Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course Philippines. So, in terms of diversity of content, we have films from across the world, but most of our content, since we are here, rooted in Southeast Asia, most of our content are from here.
So
Uh,
yung
we
main mark okay po.
Yeah. So, just to add lang to what I said, Sakura,
Opo.
yung mga since before, no, when we started, we curate films, finish films that are already made by filmmakers. Sometimes they're new, sometimes they're old. But since 2017, we started creating original content already through our studios team. So our Singapore team has been very productive in coming up with films that are originally Viddsee, and those that we cater to our branded partners, and they're mostly in Singapore.
So yung main market niyo po sa mga countries is Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore.
That's right.
Okay. So sir, how's the response has been like for the countries po, yung mga mentioned po na countries natin in terms of the film industry po and online distribution?
I think this is the first time that the region Southeast Asia has a film platform dedicated to short films, and it's a very it's a very good opportunity for the filmmakers to take advantage of the platform to get here to showcase their content because most of the well before everyone stayed at home, 'di ba? Lahat tayo we celebrate the films via film festivals, but with Viddsee, we get to have kumbaga parang extended lifespan for for their films and for the filmmakers to showcase their content beyond the confines of film festivals.
So sir, what sort of an online presence do Vidsi have? Yung mga ibang social media sites nyo po, like that
Mhm.
po.
Yeah, it's good you asked. No, most of our content, of course, we have vidsi.com. That's our website, and you can access it from your desktop and also from your mobile browser. But we also have our app that you can download on your app store on Google Play Store. So basically, it's multi-platform, multi-device. And even in, let's say you have Android TV, you can also access it from your Android TV. Also, we have a YouTube channel. We have 500,000 um, subscriber community in YouTube where you can access some of our content. So I think way before the era of vloggers and content creators on YouTube, we have started um, showcasing content to YouTube as well, and from time to time Facebook.
Mm.
So we also upload content on Facebook.
So sir, ano po yung pinakasikat nyo po na upload na short film sa YouTube po? If may ma-remember po kayo.
Actually, marami yung mga yung mga tawag dito, nag-viral. Um, and I don't have the titles on top of mind, but um yung mga usually what worked in the platform and what goes viral is yung mga gory content and yung mga tearjerker content. So yun yung usual na nag-viral sa at least hosted by Viddsee.
Okay sir, thank you po. How about sa marketing presence naman po ng Vidsi po? Like, do you also take out ads in the trades? Parang ganun po.
In terms of marketing, excuse me, we have our own marketing engine. We have our own marketing team. They're actually based in KL and in Malaysia and Singapore. Excuse me, and they support our promotion for some of the titles, that are on the platform. And at the same time, syempre we have channels on social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, where we get to promote our content. And recently, because we partnered with TikTok, we also get to promote our content on TikTok. And last September, when we had Viddsee Jury Awards Philippines, it we had a campaign with TikTok where we ran their parang they call it a campaign. Um, I'm not so sure about about TikTok because I don't have. Oh, I had TikTok and I joined the campaign, but it's basically their way of parang sa Twitter there's hashtag, 'di ba? So when you hashtag a certain keyword, it goes it adds to a bigger conversation. The same way with TikTok. So we had this campaign with TikTok where we yeah did some um, I don't know, funny videos. Yeah. So good thing naman maraming sumali ng maraming nag-participate ng mga TikTok users.
So sir, I think meron ring application yung Viddsee. Tama po
Mhm,
ba? Does it
mhm.
require a subscription po or free rin po siya?
Yeah, it's free. You can actually sign
Hmm,
up, and you just need to key in either your Facebook account or
mm,
your email account so that
mm,
you can access the content. Yeah, no subscription needed. I
mm,
mean, no, you don't need to pay to watch.
Okay, sir, aside from Mindanao Film Festival, ano pa po yung ibang festival na nasalihan po ng Viddsee po?
Mhm. Actually, and previously, we had some films from
Mm,
Cinemalaya that
Cinemalaya.
went straight to the platform in the I think around 2015, 2016. We had a
Mm,
partnership with Cinemalaya where
mm,
we showcased some of the short films in
mm,
Cinemalaya. Uh, in the past, then we had Cine Casimanwa, one of the regional festivals as well, and
mm,
in other countries we have other we also have let's say Indonesia, where we
mm,
partner with what's this Chokcha,
mm.
Chokcha Film Festival in Indonesia, and some festivals in Singapore then.
Mm. So sir, I'm also curious about the founder po of Viddsee. Can you also share to us about the team po, like the founder rin po?
Okay, so you're the people behind it, the leaders
Mm,
behind Vidsu.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so si Gian and si Derek are co-founders. Gian is our
Mm,
CEO, and Derek is our key chief commercial officer. And
mm,
I think they met in college in university, National University of Singapore. So they had a film club back in university, and when eventually they became engineers. Their background is really engineering.
mm,
um, Nag-work muna sila separately, and then decided to come up with a platform such as this, because
mm,
they are film lovers
mm,
themselves. So I think it showed, no, when they married both their love for films and their technical know-how sa
mm.
engineering. So they came up with a media platform for short films.
So sir, you mentioned yung mga school-based po, ano sabi niyo po
Yeah.
kanina. Ano-anong mga school po yung naano na po ng Viddsee?
Yeah, well, before the pandemic, no, we used to
Opo.
do road shows in schools,
Hmm,
and well, admittedly, most of them are from Metro Manila. Like, we had partnerships with film organizations from
mm,
Ateneo, the Loyola Film Club. We also had partnership with the UP Cinema Art Society. We also partnered with the UST Tamashan Film Society, PUP, Film Aficionados. So these schools now we partnered with previously to bring our content to their organizations. We had screenings in their schools.
mm,
Actually, earlier this year, we were actually planning to go to the regions, um, and actually, extend our reach to some parts of the country outside Metro
mm.
Manila. But COVID pandemic happened. But we really want to reach out to the regions, and I'm just honored that Mindanao Film Festival reached out to us for this activity.
So sir, marami rin kasing mga online video platforms today. So what makes Vidsu different and unique po ba compared to the other platforms? Like what does it offer na wala po sa iba?
Yeah, actually, um, I think the obvious reason is short films.
Yes.
We cater specifically to short films.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you take a look at other, let's say, channels with content that are maybe similar in terms of duration, the length, no, short form content din sila. I think what's different with Viddsee is the diversity of the content on the platform. All categories, all genres. Basically, it's a wide universe of content that we have on the platform, and it really caters to mostly across Southeast Asia. So you find the beauty of content from other countries we haven't explored before. Ako personally, let's say I I scroll through the content that we have. Na-amaze pa rin ako the richness of the content. Like when I see, let's say, an Indonesian film or an Indonesian documentary on the platform, comparing it with ours, it's like how close their culture, their heritage
Mm-mm.
is to us. But I think we tend to overlook, right? Because
Mm-mm.
we jump to let's say Hollywood, or even um, what's this, Korean stuff or Thai content. But the closest to us, like Singapore, their content are really, really very. I mean, the content, the themes, and
Mm-mm.
even their nuances, sobrang magkakahawig tayo.
Mm-mm.
Kaya ang sabi ko parang, alam mo kapag minute natin yung content ng Indonesia, it's like Philippines. Alam mo yun? Yung parang, you're like in the Philippines. So parang sabi
Mm-mm.
ko, ang galing, parang it's right under our noses. Hindi natin napapansin yung mga content na yun. But they're actually, gold.
Mm-mm. So sir, may similarities yung mga countries in regards sa content na kanilang film. How about sa film industry po, sir?
Well, I guess the closest that I can compare ours
Mm-mm.
is to Indonesian um,
Indonesia.
film industry.
Mm-mm.
I guess it's because in terms of size, no, mas malaki yung size
Mm-mm.
ng film. I mean, population-wise, country-wise, Indonesia is bigger in
Mm-mm.
terms of in terms of audience, in terms of market. But in terms of maturity, I think Philippines is ahead of Indonesia in terms of the filmmaking, the filmmaking production that we can offer. I
Mm-mm.
guess what is strikingly different is because we are mature already as an industry. I mean, Philippines as an industry, mas mas professional na tayo in terms of because I mean professional quote unquote because mas marami tayong film schools. So most of the professional directors working in the industry now are product of film schools. In Indonesia, I'd say it's the reverse. Mas
Mm-mm.
marami sa kanila self-taught pa because they don't
Mm-mm.
have as many film schools as Philippines. But again, market-wise, mas malaki yung market nila.
Mm-mm. So, sir, going back po dun sa yung application po yung app po ng Viddsee.
Mm.
What are the ano po, yung key features po na like, can we access it easily po ba sa app rin at sa website rin po?
Mhm. Excuse me. Actually, without even downloading the app,
Mm.
you can access it from your mobile browser. If you have, let's say, on your phone, you have Safari or Google Chrome, you just type in viddsee.com and you'll be able to access the content without even downloading the app. So it's very easy. It's very easy to use. In terms of availability or access, you can go to our channel on YouTube and you can easily watch some of the films there as well. So I think it's in terms of discoverability lang, um, because of because there's so much distraction on the internet now. Medyo yung mga quality content, medyo nabubury lang siya dun sa I guess dun sa conversation online because there's a lot of things happening. But yeah, you can, if you are game enough to discover more content, it's very easy to navigate.
So sir, next question, what should the filmmakers do to get their films included po sa Viddsee?
Yeah. Well, you go to the portal. We have a creator
Portal.
portal. It's creator.vidse.com. So you can sign up there. You can submit your content, basically develop your profile and upload your content on the platform. Well, ito what I tend to observe is, I guess for all filmmakers, we should be um, well, guilty rin ako, no? Kahit naman siguro hindi filmmakers. There are fine prints. So, dapat basahin nyo din yung contract, the filmmaker agreement that you read, that you agree with, so that you can maybe ask questions if there's anything that you don't understand. So yeah, it's you just go to the portal creator.vidse.com where you can sign up and upload your content, and it goes through the process of selection. So unlike YouTube, for example, that you can put any content, well, as long as it's not R18 or mature. With Viddsee, it goes through the process of selection. So we have a creation process. We have selection categories or pillars that we consider um, before we before it gets to the platform.
So sir, I think we have a question po no sa ating viewers. It is from Sir J. Rosas. Yung tanong niya po is, what is Vids's business model that would be beneficial, especially for short filmmakers?
We usually get that question, no? And the short answer is, when you go through the creator.vidse.com website or portal, you will encounter the monetization part, no, where you agree either um, to monetize your film. So when we say monetize, it's either um, it gets to our third party platforms like YouTube, where it can eventually, monetize through ads, or also if, let's say, we have partners, where we bundle our short films with other packages, and through licensing deals with, let's say, commercial cable networks, or even other streaming platforms, then we'll be able to share the what's this the the monetization opportunities with the filmmakers. So there's a revenue share going on doon sa
Mm,
when you go to the portal. In terms of business model naman, also beyond that, as I mentioned, 'di ba, we cater to branded partners. So I actually create content for them. Some of let's say clients from Singapore, they enlist us for mga public service announcements through mga narrative content, or even yung mga brands, like Unilever brands or some insurance companies. Actually, and dami. It's a very diverse clientele from Singapore and even Indonesia, where we partner with. And because we have a network of filmmakers on the platform already, so those who have initially put their content on the platform will be able to assess based on that kung meron siyang pwedeng um, project that we can collaborate with in the future. For example, in the Philippines last year, we partnered with Anika Yanis. She was a finalist in Jury Awards Philippines 2018, and because of her, style and her voice, we thought that she could do something. We could collaborate with her, and because of that, we got what's this a documentary, short documentary, 6 series in partnership with Dove Philippines, and we were able to collaborate with Anika and other local um, filmmakers. I mean, yung mga film production staff.
So, sir, may additional question pa po si Sir J. Rosas. Do you also commission or produce new works?
Currently, Singapore does that. So we have mga, so our studios team, since we have a network of filmmakers on the platform, and we get to we get to know and understand them better in terms of their style as a filmmaker, their voice. Um, we get to fit to tailor fit some projects with them as well. Na hey, this will work. And yeah, we either pitch it to them or we go through the process of pitching them, getting pitches. But it really depends on the need. If there is a need, if we have, let's say, branded partners looking for specific voices, specific style. So yeah, we get to, yeah, the short answer is yes, we get to do commissioned works.
So, thank you po for that, sir. Para po sa mga sa perspective po ng mga bagong filmmakers po, no, can you give us some key points po that they should know about how the online distribution works po sa Viddsee?
How the online distribution? Okay, so um, I guess no. If if we compare it to the fast moving platforms where we consume content like Facebook, YouTube, or even TikTok, right? Where instantly we get hundreds of views, thousands of views agad agad. Um, it's I think it's for us, no, very very encouraging to see those numbers, right? But I guess what Vidsi does differently is we have an engaged community of audience where we match the films and the filmmaker with the audience that deeply
Hmm.
understand and deeply feel for their content. So it's not just they it's not just they watch content like for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and they move on to the next one. But this time but for our engaged audience, they stick to the content, they finish it, and we see that as a very different approach and different um, category altogether with fast moving content platforms. So I think the key there is engagement, diba? The quality of engagement that you can reach through online distribution like Viddsee, because we get drowned with a lot of content on a lot of platforms, especially now. The people have a lot of time spare for them, but at the end of the day, I think the beauty of online distribution, especially those that cater specifically to the content or to the form you have, let's say short form content, you instantly get an engaged audience. And don't be disheartened by parang there's nothing happening with my content. No, actually you just let it sit there, no, because eventually people will see it, people will notice it, and for all you know, investors, producers, potential partners will be able to see it, and they will get in touch with you for projects.
So thank you po for that, sir. Next po, many filmmakers have concerns with their films being online, especially concerns about piracy po. What can you say about these concerns po?
Those are valid. That's a very valid concern. No, yung piracy, and we don't want to lose our content to pirates. And that's a very I think that's going to be the death of the industry. So what we are trying to do is, and even YouTube, no, when we partner with YouTube or Facebook, there's a whitelisting opportunity that when someone illegally uploads your content, it easily you get it easily gets struck down because you have established partners like Viddsee, or even Mindanao Film Festival. When you put your content there and you sign up for it, there are policing opportunities or measures that we follow to protect your content. So meron namang mechanism to help mitigate um, those possibilities. So yeah, it's sa akin lang naman is you also have to take the risk, because especially now, no, it's been almost a year na we haven't seen um, a movie in theaters. I think we have to rethink also the model that we are used to. Um, if it's not theatrical experience, then what is more important to you? Seeing your film on big screen, or getting access to the audience. So at this point, parang if I were the filmmaker, I think we also have to weigh in the pros and cons.
So sir, you mentioned kanina na filmmakers can also submit their films po sa Viddsee. So ano po yung what do you want po from a film? Ano po yung tinitingnan niyo po when selecting a film po?
Four things, no. One is we are very we're a fan of storytelling. So we want to see films that tell good stories. So we want great storytellers on the platform. So that's number one, great storytelling. Number
Great
two is,
storytelling.
yeah, production quality. Medyo relaxed
Mm-mm.
ako dito sa part na to because I also understand that um, may mga filmmakers with no one to back them up yet, but they have great storytelling skills, 'di ba? So ako, again, that's second, no, yung production quality, but again
Production quality.
may asterisk ako doon na
Mm-mm.
it's secondary to me.
Mm-mm. Okay po.
Also, syempre yung yung relatability to the audience. If the audience could potentially engage to your content, so because of online, because the nature of our platform is online, we want the shareability of the content.
Shareability.
Yes. So great storytelling, production quality, um, shareability. So that's the top three.
So, sir, if mapili po yung film nila, uh, do the content creators po have the power to choose how they want to benefit po from their film?
Well, you have the option to you can opt in to, let's say, um, go or license us to have third party opportunity. So third party rights is our to reach wider audience outside Viddsee. So that's when we, let's say, Facebook or YouTube, that's our third party rights clause, no? So you can either opt in or opt out. Monetization is also optional. So when you opt in for monetization, there's an opportunity to monetize. If not, if you feel that you want to keep your film pure, um, and enjoyed without any price tag to it. Well, wala namang bayad sa platform, no?
Mm-mm.
Pero ibig ko sabihin, let's say licensing deals, those opportunities.
Mm-mm.
If you don't want to opt in, then you can opt not to.
Okay po. So, sir, if yung filmmaker po is meron siyang no budget film, pero yung primary goal po niya is exposure, is it the best way po na try to grab niya yung chance na to submit the film po sa Viddsee?
Yes, absolutely. I think it also okay. So for filmmakers, especially the young ones, the starting ones,
Opo, opo.
getting to the platform and even film festivals, diba? It's your ticket to um, getting recognized and the opportunity to showcase your content. The same way with Viddsee, the opportunity to be showcased on the platform, I think is a plus already. So for us, we encourage the filmmakers to keep honing their skill and especially their storytelling skill, so that we can, or he or she can continue to do what he or she loves doing.
So, sir, you mentioned po kanina about Viddsee Awards. Is it an
Yes,
annual po na awarding po sa Viddsee po?
yes. So last September we had our fourth run
Mm.
in the Philippines. We started actually 5 years ago in Indonesia, and then a year later, Singapore and Philippines followed. And basically, it's our way of recognizing the work of filmmakers, and we can, previously, before the pandemic, we have offline activities where we
Mm-mm.
do panel sessions like this one, um, offline, and we have a venue. We had a venue for stage. We staged the awarding offline as well. So that used to be the norm. And last September, since we're still on lockdown, it was purely offline. So yeah, for filmmakers out there, um, especially regional filmmakers, stay tuned because we may have opportunities in the coming months for you.
So that's so great, sir, no? Kasi kahit may pandemic, they can still grab some opportunities po na inopen at inoffer po ng Viddsee. So sir, aside po sa mga filmmakers for the ano po yung mga brand and media companies na representative looking to create fresh content po, paano po sila makipag-work together po sa inyo?
Right now, no, because we open it to to the existing filmmakers network
Mm-mm.
on the platform already. So since I think the beauty of it is because you trusted Vidsi, uh, you entrusted Vidsi with your content.
Mm-mm.
We're going to return the opportunity by by putting you first if there's any
Mm-mm.
opportunities in the future, for works, commissioned works, as Jay asked earlier. Yeah, so the first key there is to get to the platform, to be
Mm-mm.
part of the platform.
Yeah po. So sir, concerning po sa distribution, what do you see as the top mistake that new filmmakers make regarding po sa distribution?
Mm. Well, I think the mistake is not taking the risk, or
Mm.
not putting your content out there. So it's I think the mistake, the number one mistake, is the inaction in your part. um I guess yung mga masisipag na mga filmmakers
Mm.
na actively seeking opportunities to showcase their content, either through platforms like Viddsee, or film festivals, di ba? I think the hardworking ones will always have the edge over those na medyo nag-aalangan pa
Mm.
kung ipapakita nila
Mm.
yung film nila with I mean, to the public, 'di ba? I remember one filmmaker um from UPFI, when we went to University of the Philippines for the roadshow, no, in partnership with UP Cast. Um, One of the filmmakers whose film was on Viddsee,
Mm.
she said na parang before, wala siyang confidence to showcase, to put her work um, for everyone to see. And when finally she had the guts to do it, ang daming nakanood, and her friends, and even strangers
Mm.
would reach out to her, message her with words of encouragement, and thoughtful words about her film. And I guess that's what we are. We want to, we want the filmmakers, other filmmakers, to copy. No,
Mm.
yung confidence, yung having that the guts to put their content out there.
So that's a really good point, sir, na take the risk. So,
Mm.
sir, next question po, what have you observed in your platform ever since the start of the pandemic? Like, was there a big uptick on viewership as observed with bigger streaming platforms, or have you observed some also negative effects? And if so, ano-ano po yun?
I think if there's a silver lining, what we are seeing is may mga filmmakers pa na gumagawa ng film despite, despite the lockdown. They find a way to create, to continue creating stories, to creating films. So that's very encouraging because they they never lose hope. And I guess that's what we want everyone to, to do, to keep doing what they're doing, what they want to do. In terms of viewership, I think more people are, because of I guess the what's the term, the kalimutan ko yung word, but it's the, I think the uncertainty of the times, mas nagiging they're looking for entertaining content. So in terms of the works, I think the comedy were the comedy and, you know um, lighthearted content, they thrive during this time.
So during po sa lockdown, during the pandemic po, may nag-submit rin po ba ng films po sa Viddsee?
Sorry, can you say it again?
During po sa lockdown, sa
Hmm.
pandemic po, may mga filmmakers rin pa rin po ba na nag-submit po ng kanilang mga films po?
Yeah. Actually, because we jury coincided, um, or nataon siya na
Mm.
pandemic, yung submission, call for submission from May to July. Maraming nag-submit,
Mm.
both old and new works. So I guess what I'm seeing is yung mga filmmakers who didn't have access to film festivals because some festivals skipped their edition this year. They they looked for other they look for other venues to showcase their content. So yes, there were new submissions during the lockdown, and some of
Yun,
them about the pandemic.
pandemic. So nagpapakita rin po yun na may marami rin talagang passionate pa rin ng mga filmmakers na despite sa nagaganap, patuloy pa rin silang gumagawa ng films. So sir, based on your experience po ba, when a filmmaker is deciding on his or her first feature po, would you say na there is a genre that seems to have more sales potential po?
Sales potential. Well, um, I can only base it dun sa mga commissioned works sa Singapore, no.
Opo, opo.
I think because of the nature of their country,
Mm-mm.
mas mas nag-work yung mga tearjerker films in Singapore. Those that brands want to replicate, or even, because I guess yung appeal to emotion, no, yung sinasabi natin na appeal to emotion, very very evident yun sa mga commissioned works sa Singapore. So
So
yeah,
sir,
that's in terms of sales. Yes, those tearjerkers mas gusto ng mga brands.
yung mas nakaka-convey ng emotions
Hmm.
sa viewers sa okay po.
Yeah.
So ano po sir, nakita ko po kasi sa official website ng Viddsee may film review section po doon. I was
Mm.
wondering po if if mag-join ka po sa Viddsee, sa website or sa app po, kahit sino po maka-post po doon sa film review section.
Yes, actually dun sa community thread na yun, you can start
Mm.
you can initiate a conversation, you can put your review there. And actually
Mm.
that's what our next ako personally my goal is to have more filmmakers review
Mm.
other films. So kumbaga parang there's a peer review
Mm.
component, diba? That's so that we can improve on the film appreciation the film appreciation of other filmmakers. So I think it's a good exercise for them, no? Na they're
Mm.
seeing other films and they get to appreciate them. So
Mm.
yeah, film review is something we want to grow even further.
Mm. So, thank you po for that, sir. Na-mention niyo po kanina na you are also reaching out po sa mga to different regions po, right?
Mm.
So, how has the response been like po? Madami po bang nag-ano po?
Specifically, no, dun sa cover submission namin sa jury, it's open category kasi, so everyone can join. And
Mm.
what's encouraging is we see uptake of regional filmmakers entering their films. And what is striking is once their film is shortlisted, either finalist or out of
Mm.
competition, but there is an audience choice award where everyone, either from out of competition or finalist films, get to compete with or compete against yung mga regional filmmakers. They tend to have cult following. What I mean is there's a lot of there's a lot of audience engagement happening among
Mm.
regional films. And I guess there's a sense of pride among regional filmmakers that they are very encouraged that their film, um, gets to participate to to something like that. Kaya I
Mm.
guess that's what is very very encouraging to see yung sense of pride. They take
Mm.
pride in participating.
So, yung jury awards po na Viddsee, is it an annual event po?
Yes. So
So,
it's an annual event. Next year ulit, we
okay.
will start doing what's this? We start doing call for submissions. But actually, even when even when you, let's say, submit your film um, outside the jury call for submission um, duration, you can enter your film to jury na rin afterwards.
Mm. Okay.
So, halimbawa, nasubmit ka ng January, April pa yung regular call for submission,
Mm.
it's okay. Kung na-curate na namin siya ng January, you can re-enter it and we will
Mm.
consider you for the jury um, category. Hello?
Sorry po sir, may problema lang sa internet. Okay na po.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's
sir,
okay.
last question ko po for you. What do you see as the most exciting trend in filmmaking right now po? Aside ba, pwede po in the Philippines, within the Philippines, or outside din po sa Philippines?
I guess what we're seeing now is the appreciation of the world
Mm.
to Asian content. Some um, even from Southeast Asia. No, yung mga films natin, um, they're the world's favorite, apple of the eye at the moment. They are seeing we are being seen on the map because of the films that travel the world and being appreciated by other by other regions or other parts of the world. So I think that's a very encouraging part on the filmmakers, seeing that
Mm-mm.
their film they can be seen eventually because others before them have paved the way for our industry to thrive
Mm-mm.
outside our um, territories. So I guess it's just the start. We'll see more of that in the future as as they see the quality of work that comes from these from the filmmakers
Mm-mm.
from the region and the rest of Asia.
So, sir, maraming maraming salamat po talaga. No? We are really glad that you could join us today for our Q&A. Personally rin, marami rin akong natutunan, not just about Viddsee sa online distribution rin. Because I was also looking for platforms na may mga ganitong klaseng films, short films po, mga ganito. So, I was really glad na, meron palang Viddsee. So, thank you po talaga dyan, sir. Thank you for joining us po for today. So, sir, before we wrap things up po, baka may mga, you have some message po sa ating mga viewers at sa mga filmmakers yun po talaga. And if there is any anticipating events of Viddsee that we should look out po for.
Yeah. Well, first of all, no, thank you, Sakura, and thank you to the organizers of Mindanao Film Festival, Caesar Dax, Caesar Ivan, all of you behind this effort. It's serious work, no, putting things together during this time. So it's my pleasure to be here. And maraming salamat for giving me the opportunity to talk about our platform, vidse.com. We are waiting for your films, and we are waiting we want to we want your films to be seen by and appreciated by not just Filipinos but outside Philippines. So yeah, it's we want to see more storytellers coming from the Philippines and of course coming from the region. And in the coming months, we'll be talking again, and we'll be reaching out to you for collaborations in the future. So um, I guess watch out for that.
So, thank you again po, sir, for today po. So, bago po natin i-end yung live na, we would like to thank our partners, Film Development Council of the Philippines, Japan Foundation, Globe Telecoms, Touch Mobile, Viddsee, Southspot, and Alchemy of Vision and Light Productions. So, sir, maraming maraming salamat po talaga for today's discussion. It was a really good Q&A with you. Thank you po
Thanks
talaga
to
for
thank you. Maraming salamat and have a good evening, everyone. Stay
Thank
safe
you
and hang
po.
in there.